Good evening, all. And I've got more of what's happening in this John Miller and Bradford County Telegraph Inc. abuse of me and my 15 medically prescribed autism service horses and ponies owned by my special needs trust. A lot has happened. First of all, yesterday, without any notice or service to me, and we have not been given a copy of the judge's order, the 8th Judicial Circuit Judge denied our motion to dismiss the squatter complaint. Then John Miller and Bradford County Telegraph Inc.'s lawyer, Charles Daniel Sykes, made a notice of appearance in that case and filed vexatious stuff against us, and he's telling the judge and wrote an email to us and made threats against us that if you ever file another federal case against my clients, we'll sanction you and we'll make sure you're on a vexatious list in the federal court and never able to file any federal lawsuit again. That's what he did. And then, so we filed a notice of the federal suit pending before Judge Pratt in Jacksonville, a copy of the docket showing it was pending before the squatter complaint and still is pending and has been authorized to go forward, in a copy of the U.S. Magistrate's order of instructions to us how to take it forward, and a copy of Sykes' threatening email. Sykes said that our case was dismissed before Judge Pratt, and it was not. And it's the same thing he did to get my husband evicted out of his barbershop. He told the county judge, Tatum Davis, that our prior 2014 Chapter 13 bankruptcy case was filed and dismissed in August 2025. Well, it was filed in 2014. We made all plan payments. We got a super discharge, so that was all a lie, and he's lying again. So we served the federal complaint that's going forward, authorized by Judge Pratt, on John Miller, Bradford County Telegraph, and Miller, and these animal control sheriffs and the sheriffs. And then I tried to write Major Mueller back a couple of times because she was emailing back and forth with me and asking where we were moving the horses, and told me she could help me find a vet that could do coggins on the horses before the April 30th deadline. Then she quit talking to me. So we called Sergeant Ward to get the escort and authorization to get our property off of there and the horses things so we could move them. And he told me, I'm not talking to you, and hung up. Then I got an official notice from Sheriff Gordon Smith. He's also a defendant in our federal court lawsuit Judge Pratt's authorizing to go forward. He wrote me this completely knowingly false official notice, animal welfare notice, stating that I left the horses behind and I didn't care enough about them to contact Sergeant Ward, which that's all we've been doing, is contacting Sergeant Ward and Major Don Mueller and going out there and taking pictures and looking from the fence and asking to go get our property and the horses things so we can move them, because they got the horse trailer too. And he said in his bogus false notice to me that they had to come in because there wasn't enough feed on hand. Well, there was a whole hay roll on hand. There was a half a bale of 3-string alfalfa from Russell's Feeds. The hay roll was from Bobby Patrick Hay. There was half a can of grain in the house. There was a full bag of beet pulp. My husband picks up grain, beet pulp, feed supplies every single night. We have like years of Tractor Supply receipts of everything that we fed the horses. We've got Russell's receipts. So that was just a bald-faced lie by Sheriff Gordon Smith of Bradford County. Then he says he wants to bill us for all the county's care. But he never had an order from the trust to even come in and take over the horses and ponies. And this is just, they are not responding whether we can go on the property to get the property off we need to move the horses and our things. And then the other thing is that they're not, we got an email from Miller's lawyer, Charles Daniel Sykes, and he said, no one is feeding the horses and we're not going to, and it's your responsibility to feed them, and you better start moving them, and all this stuff. And, well, we can't move them. We got until April 30th. We can't move them until then. And meanwhile, they're holding on onto my round pen that has a secured creditor. They're not letting us pick up our fencing post lying on the ground that's ours, or our fencing materials. And this is where it's at. The circuit judge denied the motion to dismiss the squatter complaint, but he has not made any relief in any of the rest of it yet. And we've got them all served to ask the federal court for its TRO on Monday morning. So we sent Sykes a copy of the docket of the federal case showing it's going forward. And then since then, about 2:30 in the afternoon, none of them are talking to us. None of them are emailing us back. We don't know if they're feeding the horses. They're not letting us get our property. They're making us get off by April 30th. And both cases are still going forward. So that's the latest developments. That federal judge, Judge Pratt, would not have filed our second amended complaint because we had to ask for his permission. And we did. And he's authorizing it to go forward. If we didn't have a really justifiable complaint against what they've done to us, then he would not have let it go forward. So it is authorized to go forward. And, wow, I feel like a Negro during the civil rights era getting lynched by the local sheriff. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like my abuse and my horses and ponies abuse is at the hands of the Sheriff Gordon Smith. But we still get before the federal judge. So whatever he's saying in his animal notice, we can bring forth proof to contradict that. And we're going to. Until next time, stay tuned.